excited for today. Just got back from our Atlanta event, the Unite Convention, the annual MDC Akashics Convention. And man, it was absolutely amazing. If you were at the event and you had a blast, let me see some sevens in the chat because I know it was transformative for myself, but I saw the light in so many people's eyes just go off or go on, right? Like it just popped up and I could see the excitement, the will, the drive to get back home and really lock in and take everything that they've learned and apply it, right? And so for me, I'm super excited. I want to say thank you to everybody that came out. For me, when I had went to my first event about 6.5 years ago or so, brand new into the industry, I know what it did for me, and I was like, wow. Like I knew, and I bet you a lot of people feel like this as well, but I knew exactly what I was going to be doing for the next lifetime, right? And fast forward, it's been almost 7 years. And so I hope to see, some of the people that got to go or all of the people have that same type of transformative, moment and see what they're going to do because people that go to events, right? We always talk about it being like medical school for doctors or law school for lawyers. It's needed, but it's what gives you that energy, that drive, and it helps you collapse timeframes. And so, very, very grateful for everybody. And I hope you guys had such a good time like I did. And some people don't know, like speakers need those events just as much as the people, that are in the crowds that are learning and on the come up, right? Like we need those events too. Like we love it. It's so refreshing to see so many new faces and so many excited people. And so for myself, it gave me another blast of energy. And I'm excited to finish off the year, the last quarter of the year in crazy, crazy momentum. I mean, how cool was it, guys? At that event, it was at the world's largest aquarium in Atlanta, Georgia. While we were speaking, or while we were all in the event space, we saw beluga whales and whale sharks and all these different things in the background. So it was pretty cool. So shout out to our amazing founder and CEO, Josh Weigel, for all that he does. Because man, that was not a cheap event. I can guarantee you that, right? It was not a cheap event. And that's what I love. After spending the weekend, I want to give you guys just a little recap. After spending the weekend there, between the event and between the mansion mastermind that a lot of us got to attend, and then also afterwards, the Black Diamonds and above stayed after, until like 2:30 in the morning. We were just game planning, right? We were just talking about what's next. What are we going to do to make this even better than what it already is? Because I thoroughly believe we have the greatest opportunity in the entire world here. And man, just after speaking and us mastermind and talk about different things, it's only getting better, guys. Like it's only getting better. Really the last year is when Akashics has really took that extra leap. We've all been here, at least for myself and a lot of my team members for the last year. And so it's been so cool to see the great leaps and bounds, but to know exactly where it's going. And so, guys, I mean, if you guys, man, if you weren't there, all I can say is make sure at the next one because in all reality, it's the craziest thing what events do. But I'm excited to give you guys some of the energy and really help you map out what these next 30 days are going to look for yourself, right? After you have the event, you have that energy. Everybody comes and they get fired up, they get excited, and they get home and there's people that hit the ground running and go crazy, right? And they really change their life, their situation, and their foundation for the future. But then there's others who come back and they're like, oh, well, that was fun and awesome, and now they don't really know what to do. And so my goal is to give you some direction and some help and really utilize everything that you learned to the fullest. And so I know that the tools are there now. I know the energy is there now. And if you were in that room, I know the belief is most definitely there now. And if you're not someone that got fired up from it, I don't know what the hell can get you excited, guys. I don't know what can get you excited, but welcome to the call. We do these every single Tuesday. Our goal is to help you, hear various different people throughout your time here, get to speak on the things that have helped them have success, the things that have, they learned over the years to really help them win on whatever level it may be. And so for those that do not know me, my name is Jay Patnode. I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'm 28 years young, and I got into this industry about 7 years ago, guys. And me at the time, I was just at the moment, I was a college kid. I was kind of lost. Didn't really know. Like I knew I wanted to have success. Like I always felt like I was destined to have success, and I just needed a track to run on. And for me, this was the track. This industry, this field, investing, trading, online business, entrepreneurship, leadership, helping people, refine their skills and have success. That's what I really fell in love with and the passion. So what took me from a 21-year-old broke college kid to making my first six figures at 23 and then making my first multiple six figures and so on and so forth until now at 28 was because of this industry. And so calls like these are what I'm trying to do and what the leaders are trying to do to help you get mentorship, right? To cut the time in half. What took me 2 years, maybe it can take you a year, 6 months, to maybe not have to make some of the mistakes that were made along the way for myself and many, many others, and the things that did work to help them. And so before we get started, guys, I wanted to start on a good note. If you don't have a pen and a paper or pencil or something to take notes on, I want you to get it. I want you to get it ready. I want you to write down, because it's a proven fact that you'll forget 90% of the information unless you write it down. And another thing I want you to be in is a learning state. Don't only learn this just to hear it. Don't let it go in one ear and out the other ear, but learn as if you are going to teach this, because in this game, it is not about what you can do. It's about what you can teach. And so my entire career, when I first heard that, I've always taken notes in the pursuit of one day turning around and teaching that to the next man, the next woman, the next person that is ready to have success, because there are so many things that, that we learn that we just kind of forget. And so make sure you have your notes written and ready and prepared, and let's go ahead and crush this thing. If you are fired up for what we are calling Overflow October, this is the month of abundance. This is the month of success. This is the month of rebirth. If you are fired up, put some ones in the chat. If you are excited, if you know exactly where the hell you are going and what you want to do and the successes and the goals you want to hit, let me see those ones in the chat. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's absolutely beautiful. I can feel it coming through the screen. The smile is probably going to last on me for the next month, to be honest with you. That's how fun events are for me. That's how awesome it is. But guys, on the top of your paper, I want you to write down Overflow October. This is the month of abundance. This is the month of more. This is the month of coming in to the exact level that you want to reach. This is the start of your journey. I want after this weekend, I want it to be day zero for you, wherever you're at. Right? Wherever you're at, let's forget all the past stuff that's happened. Let's forget your successes. Let's forget your failures. If you're brand new, no, I said Overflow October. If you're brand new, make this your starting point. I want this to be day one. I want you to be able to become the person that you want to be, everything that you deserve, all the successes, everything that you're looking for. It starts today. I want you to be open to that idea. Everything that happened in the past, it doesn't matter. Today is your day, and I am committed to helping you make this the best October. We have 90 days or so left of the year to go into 2026 with momentum, with the mindset, with the goals, with the energy, with the level of leadership that you want is going to be so important, because we're going to finish out the year strong, but we are going to make 2026 the best year you've ever had financially, mentally, spiritually, physically. We are going to make 2026. 2025 was already the best year yet for me, right? But I want to make 2026 even better. And so I want that to be for you guys as well. And what is that going to start with, guys? That's going to start with right now a 30-day blitz. That is the theme of this, right? It's a 30-day blitz. It's 30 days of all-out action. It's 30 days of making yourself become the person that you want to become, because, we can talk about working your butts off for a year, 2 years, 3 years, but it doesn't matter. That's a long time. Let's start with just 30 days. 30 days of all-out action. I'll tell you, my first ever 30-day blitz, it was actually a 90-day blitz, but it starts with 30. The first 30 days that ever changed my life, when I decided to scratch all the distractions, when I decided to make a list and do exactly what I said I was going to do every single day, it completely changed my life. My first ever big, massive run, it's super powerful, right? You can do a year's worth of work in 1 month, in 2 months, in 3 months by compressing the activity. Think of all the goals that you wanted to hit over the next 365 days, and let's go get them done in the next 30, the next 60, the next 90. Because you know what? Let's just say your goal is to grow your business, to go hit blue diamond, making 10, 12, plus $1,000 a month, whatever your goal is. Imagine that was your goal over the next year. But imagine you did all the same effort that you were going to go ahead and put in to the business into this 30-day period. this next 60-day period, this 90-day period, finishing out the year strong? What if you could get that done a lot faster? We call that compressing time frames. The law of condensed activity states that if you put all that same energy you would have put in over a year period in a shorter time frame, it will pay you more and longer in the long run. And so, guys, 30 days, that's all I'm saying. Let's go 30 days with all out action. So 30 days, make this commitment. And before we start this 30 days, you can't have, like, I want you guys to understand, you can't have an above average life without an above average work ethic. That's just me being honest, guys. Anybody that tells you that you can just do a little bit and have a lot of success, it's not true. But you can do a little bit and have a little bit of success for sure, right? You can win, right? You can win, right? You can win a little bit. But if you want to have a lot of success, I need you guys to commit for these 30 days. And so the theme of this, I want to talk about the 3 A's. So some of you guys have heard me speak about this, but I want you guys to write this down, and we're going to talk about how we're going to utilize it and then what we have to do over these next 30 days to have massive, massive success. And so the first A, the 3 A's of success. The first one is attitude. This is what we're going to focus on heavily over the next 30 days. You want a positive mental attitude, right? I want your attitude to be one of enthusiasm. Because in this industry, to win, right? And we're talking about skills on how to build your business, your mindset, things like that. If you're new here, that's what we do on these Tuesday calls. Trading calls and things of those nature are done every single day, all day, right? So you have that. But let's just say attitude. You don't need to be an expert to build a massive team, to win in this industry, to build massive residual income. You just need to be an enthusiast. You don't need to be an expert. You need to be an enthusiast. So your attitude needs to be high. For the next 30 days, I want you to picture who you are and who you want to become and what does that person look like. If you were the exact rank, the exact level of income that you were making on a monthly basis, what would that look like? What would that person act like? What would they talk like? What would they speak like? How would they carry themselves? What would their demeanor be? And I want you to act as if you already have it for the next 30 days. Act as if. I want the energy to be high. I want the attitude to be one of, if it doesn't serve you and it's not getting closer to your goals, you're not doing it. So for the next 30 days, I want you to ask yourself, anytime a situation or a choice is presented, ask yourself, is this getting me closer or further away from my goals? And if it's getting you further away, I want you to say no to it. Just for the next 30 days, right? If after 30 days, you're like, I want to go back to saying yes to the BS, go ahead, do your thing. But I just want to challenge you for 30 days, positive energy towards everything, right? So that is attitude. And also, this is something that's been overrated over the years. And I know we talk about it a lot, but not everybody's done it, is I want you to be the most affirmed person in the world. I want you to give all the affirmations every single day. I want you to say whatever it is that you want to achieve. I want you to say to yourself every single day this exact sentence. I am so happy and grateful now that I am making X and X dollars a month. You are so happy and grateful now. So I want you to say these things every single morning. Now, number 2, attendance. Attendance for the next 30 days. I want you to attend something every single day. I want you to show up. And so just to start off, for the next 30 days, guys, for the next week, just to start with this next week, this is what our schedule will look like. Let me go ahead and pull it up and I'll send it in the chats as well. This is what our schedule is looking like. Copy. Let me go ahead and drop it in here, guys. Everyone in meeting. Here we go. This is what our schedule is going to look like. Post ATL schedule. So today we have our leadership call going on right now. After this, we have an opportunity call for the next 3 days. Today, tomorrow, and Thursday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will have a call where it'll be me or Josh or Tip or one of the leaders here, Joey, Matt, whatever it may be. We are hosting calls for you to invite your prospect to. I want you to pack these calls out and I want you to attend every single one as well. People that win in this business show up. In my first, honestly, in all of my time here, I think it was my first, even my first year or two, I didn't even miss opportunity calls. Even if I didn't have somebody on the call, because I wanted to manifest myself knowing that these were here every single day. And so make it your mission. You want to invite as many people as you possibly can over the next 3 days to these opportunity calls, because we'll show them the information. You don't have to show them yourself. And then Saturday, we have our Super Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. CST, Super Saturday training call, and then we will have blitz calls at 3 and 6. And so during that training, we'll be running some pretty cool different things as well to help you invite to it. But we will be showing your people for you, showing them exactly how we saw it, and helping them have massive success and get started. And so that is attendance. Show up. Let's just start for at least the next week, every single day, but 30 days, show up to something every single day, and then achievement. And so what is achievement, right? Well, we want to chase our goals, but I want to give you guys a to-do list, a list of things that you want to check off every single day. And this list, guys, this list is going to be so important because I want you to make a note of it on your phone, screenshot it, put it as your screensaver, have it next to you, put it next to your desk or wherever you work, get a post-it note or some type of note and put it up somewhere. See it every single day. And as you complete these tasks every single day, check them off. See, I believe it takes 21 days to form a habit. We're doing 30. 21 days to form a habit. We're doing 30. And if you can let this be the starting point of your success, I promise you the rest of the year will follow. And then if we go into the end with the energy and the systems and the mindset and the dedication and the work ethic and the schedule coming into 2026, there's no way you cannot win. There's no way you cannot win. So make sure when you write it all down, just have it with you. Make sure you're checking it off every single day. Make a conscious effort. Set alarms, guys. Alarms. I remember I used to set alarms at like 3, 4, 5 points out the day just to make sure I was doing the things that I was doing. Because for me, I have awfully bad ADHD, so I always have to recheck in with myself. Okay, so this is what the list is going to go ahead and look like, guys. Your goal over the next 30 days, if you are part-time in this industry, for the next 30 days, I want you to at least show 60 people the plan, the presentation. And that can be via overview calls like we're going to be doing here shortly. Like after this, right, at 8 o'clock. If you have any prospects, make sure you shoot them a reminder that we're going to be live at 8 o'clock. Me and Mr. Carson Dotseff will be doing this. There's a video presentation, right? You can do a one-on-one call with them. But your goal, if you are part-time, is to show 60 people in the next 30 days. So what does that break down to? To at least 2 people minimum per day over the next 6 years that you're showing information to. This is minimum, guys. This is minimum. If you want to have massive success fast, I would say do more, right? You should go for 90, 120. But now if you are full-time in this, you should be at least showing 150 people over the next 30 days. That's 5 a day. That's 5 a day for the next 30 days. That is your goal. That is your utmost goal that you want to go ahead and get done. And so that's the first one of your checklist, right? Second one, 30 minutes of personal development every single day. When we talked about attitude, a big thing with your attitude is what are you listening to every single day? Is most of your free time consumed with Netflix or music, right? Maybe it's music that's not necessarily the best for you, right? And trust me, I'm at fault for that. I love music. I'm a man of music. I love music for sure. It played a big part of my life. But when I realized something throughout my life, I realized that it's subconsciously programming you. If all you're listening to is music about, just wild stuff, right? I listen to a lot of rap, hip hop, R&B. I listen to every genre you could possibly think of. But if that's all you're consuming, that's all what your mind is going to be focused on, right? And so you want to listen to personal development. Who would I say to listen to? Matt Morris, Eric Worre. Over the next 30 days, Matt Morris, Eric Worre. People that are talking about belief, mindset, motivation, but also the skills of having success in this industry. The skills are massive, right? The skills are massive in this industry. So 30 minutes, just minimum a day. I call it the 80-20 rule. I'll put it in the chat. How do you spell that? Spell the name? Eric Worre. Put it in the chat. Matt Morris Adventures on YouTube. That's what it's called. Matt Morris Adventures. So industry legends that have built teams of millions and millions of people, that have helped millions and millions of people all around the world. Very big pieces of my journey as well within this industry. A lot of my mentors first came off of YouTube, right? Like I didn't really have a lot of mentors at first until my mentors presented themselves, and then I learned from, obviously some of the people that here today. And so 30 minutes of personal development, that's on the checklist. And the third one is keep track of a list. When you're messaging people, I think one of the biggest mistakes that are made is people don't keep track. Organization is key. And for a lot of us, we just don't have that right now, right? That's fine. That's not really a skill that's necessarily taught throughout like our school system in our lives. is organization, but you want to keep a list of when you reached out to them. What did they say? Did they respond? And if they don't respond, keep messaging them. You go until they say not now or no, right? They don't want to see the opportunity. Okay, cool. Then you just double back to them. You put no or you put not now, then you double back to them a month later and whatnot. So keep track. I'm challenge you guys that because you will understand that the people that win the heaviest in this industry are usually some of the most organized people in the world, right? And it's not that they started out like that. They just gradually learned that they needed to keep track of the things that were going on. So we don't have a calendar. I advise using one. Now, number four, post on social media 3 times minimum a day. And a lot of us haven't done that, right? A lot of you guys haven't done that before, and that's completely fine. But the reason why I say this is people are watching your story. They're watching your growth. And anybody that's been in this for 6 months or a year, they know they have a story of someone that said no to them at some point in time. But then they said yes to them because they saw that they continued to go. See, a lot of people, they're not telling you no because they don't want to do the business. They're telling you no because they don't know if you're going to be here next month. Is this a get rich quick thing for you? Or are you someone that they can follow for months or years and years to come? See, everybody that I've ever spoken to in my life has eventually signed up at some point in time. You want to know why? Because I have never given up and I have never quit. And so eventually, like, man, you've been doing this for how long now? I actually believe I just didn't know if you're gonna be doing this within a year, right? And so being consistent. So the next 30 days, post 3 times a day. And it doesn't have to be all trading, right? It doesn't have to be all investing. It doesn't have to be all the business, but it can be something about motivation. It could be something that, a quote that you heard. It could be for all of us, the Platinums and above, we did photo shoots and things like that. Could be from the events, but then also post about trading. You can post your results. You can post we have a results telegram that shows how many people are getting payouts and withdrawals almost every single day. You can post that. You can post the flyer for the overview calls, the opportunity calls that will be had. So just make sure you have something so when you're reaching out to their people, they can look and say, okay, this person has been consistency. People want to follow people that are consistent and know exactly where they're going, that are fired up and know exactly where they're going, right? Remember being an enthusiast. And then number 5 is use the products. Use the products. Guys, use the products. Post the products. Be on the live sessions. Take the trade alerts. Be immersed into everything. Attendance, like I said, is the theme of this month, is attendance, is be a part of everything that you possibly can. And for 30 days, watch your mindset change, your income set change, and your results change for the better, guys, for the better. And so I want to give you guys a story about the first great big run that me and many of others have ever had within this business. And so it was about 6 or so years ago, I believe. I can't remember. When our first, like for us, it was the first 90-day run, but our first all-out massive action within the business. It had been like a year, built up a team to like 75 people. Thought we were crushing it. Thought it was great, and then it all fell. Right, the whole team fell to zero, or I think more so it was like 1 or 2. And at that time is when we decided to say, you know what, for these next 90 so days, these next 90 days, these next 30 days, we're going to go all in and do exactly all the stuff that I'm telling you right here today. And within that time, team went over 90-day course, went from 0 to over 300 people within the organization. All because of a 90-day run. And this is after going to 0, guys. Most people would quit and say, oh, I'm done, right? F it. I tried. I gave it my all, right? Right? And that was the very first 90-day run I ever did. And then the next 90-day run that happened, it was months later, right? A few months later, can't remember the exact. But then from that run, it was around 350 people to over 1,400 in that next 90-day run. See, the power of these runs are so crazy because you're doing all out effort. You're doing work that you never thought you'd ever do before, right? The amount of energy that's given, you're giving it your all to it. When you give your all to something, you watch how it grows, right? If you've ever given your all into the gym for 90 days, you see how well, you feel, how well you look. If you've given your all into a relationship, you see how much happier you are. You ever given your all to anything, you see the growth in it. And so this is no different. 90-day runs, but it starts with 30 days, right? That is what changed my entire life. And anybody that's been in this industry long enough and has had success can always point back to a 90-day period or a 30-day period that completely changed their lives forever. And for me, those are the 2 different times in my career that it truly changed everything for me within it, right? And so understand that all it takes is just all out at massive action. So you guys have the keys, you guys have the steps, you guys have the ability. I want you just to focus on those 5 or 6 things that I spoke about because I promise you, your life will change for the better, right? It'll change for the complete better. And I want to tell you guys a quote that I heard a couple, it was, I mean, probably 5 or 6 years ago now, right? And it was that every action has a reaction, and no action is also an action. You do nothing, you get nothing. You do something, you get something. And when I realized that, I started thinking about how many days in my life, just in general, that I had sat and did nothing, like nothing that was going to benefit me. And some of that was like playing the video game, going out and partying with friends, going out and, I mean, spending useless money on useless things, the simple things, the immediate pleasures, allegedly, right? And I realized all the times that I had did something and what had became from it as a chain reaction. And so people get on these calls, people come to events, and they get fired up, they get hyped, but it means nothing without doing the actual work that comes with it. And I am committed to helping each and every single one of you hit your goals, but you have to be committed first. For me, I see people take a step forward, they need help, message me, ask me, then I take a step forward. They take another step forward, I'll probably take 2 steps forward. They take a step back, take a step back too, right? And so I want to help every single person win on a massive, massive level, but you got to want to win first. You should record. Damn, check, whatever. But you guys want to be able to win on a high level, and I want you guys to make this the moment. And so if you are committed, guys, if you are committed for Overflow October, the 30-day challenge, the 30-day change, the run that changes it all, I want you to post in your story. I want you to post Overflow October 30-day change because this is the month. If you are committed to your goals, and then tag me on Instagram. My Instagram is at jpatnode, just my first and my last name. And I want you to go put it in the chats too right now. I want you to go to the Wi-Fi money chat or the one in the One Mission chat, wherever it is you want to go into, whatever chats, and type in Overflow October 30-day change. Overflow October. I'm typing it in right now. Overflow October 30-day change, guys. 30 days, because it's these next 30 days are going to be everything, right? They're going to be everything for you guys. And I promise you, if you allow it, the universe will have pretty big things in store for you guys. But I'm going to leave it because I like to keep mine a little bit shorter. We're going to wrap up here shortly. I want to go ahead and just give you guys, one more thing that I think about a lot in my journey. Right? I think about, I talked about every action having a reaction, every action. Yep, my bad. But like I said, when you focus on every action has a reaction, right? Every single action has a reaction. So I want you just to be conscious of every single action that you have, for the next 30 days. Like I said, focus on the things that are going to make you a better person. They're going to get you closer to your goals. They're going to make you everything and every person that you've ever wanted to become within this industry. And so, with that being said, guys, we have a call in 25 minutes now. Let's get off to a fresh start. Let's get off to a fast start. Let's get off to let's make this the best month for the upcoming year to come. So I want you guys to go ahead and make sure you're shooting out messages to people. We posted in the chats. It's going to be the same exact link that you're on. Hang on, let me see this. It's going to be the same exact link that you're on right now. So send it in. It's in the chats. If you need the flyer's been posted as well. But funnel every single person. It's wifimoney.biz. Funnel it in. And what we will do is me and Mr. Carson Dasef, the mini goat himself, man. We're about to go ahead and crush this presentation for all of your people and help them to get started. But like I said, we have the rest of the week's schedule posted in there. Overflow October for the next week. We're going to be doing these presentations, and we'll probably just end up doing them again the week afterwards. But make sure your attendance level is high. And if you need anything from me, you know where to reach me. You can see me within, you can see me, you know what I'm saying? My boy right there. You can see me in the chats. If you need anything from me, let me know. But I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I want you guys to win at a high level. So let's win and let's win big. I'll see you guys at the top because what? The bottom is too crowded. Peace.